All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kabadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to all you Akim out there pushing His word with all truth and sincerity. And we the brothers from the GMS Houston camp. I'm the brother Kwara Abad.
I'm Shamala.
And me and the brothers, breaking bread and talking about some of the recent videos we've been hearing from some from the apostles, some elders. Apostle Hall, you said Elder Athan. Last night we had a conference call at the Houston camp, and brothers was going into this point that we want to touch on in this lesson, man. And it all boils down to, do you want to be great? You see, just to know that everything we doing right now, in this present life, in our present life, these things are going to be recorded forever, man. You see, these things going to be recorded forever, man. Just like Apostle Hall with one of his recent videos, he said you got to believe that you're one of the greats. You have to believe that you're on the winning team, man. You see? So we have to believe these things, but the point is, all that starts now. That starts now with our actions, with our thoughts, with our speech, with our deeds. You see, this is what's going to be written in the kingdom of heaven forever. We ain't going to better go back and change it. No, it's permanent. And matter of fact, man, the brother was talking, and we just had a few notes to further expound on the point and of this lesson, and we'll hop into the precepts. But it's just to give brothers, sisters, something to think about, to provoke thought. You see, to provoke thought. That what we do now is important for the future, man. You ain't better go back and change time. Well, you're in the kingdom, I won't go back to Babylon the Great because I don't sure to believe. I don't want to be able to know. It happens now. It starts now, man. If you got a point out, go ahead. I'm gonna just read some of the points, man, the brother had, and Lord willing, this lesson be edifying. We'll hop into it. And so it's how do you want to be remembered? Our story is being written now. It says oftentimes people may say, I wish I can go back, change time, change history, change some mistakes they made in the past. Why? So they can have a better future. That's why you want to go back and change things. If you pleased with your present life, you don't have to go back and change because you made those decisions in the past. It says, something for us to think about this in the truth, because now we understand that the things that was written aforetime was written for our learning, right? Well, the things we doing now in the kingdom, they go be written of what was going on now. And we have, for example, what happened in the Old Testament and the Apocrypha, they actually lived out what we read today. It says, because it was recorded, and now we have the records. Likewise, the New Testament. When Yahushua, Paul, Peter was on the scene, they didn't have a New Testament. Paul wasn't going into the church in Colossians, like open the scrolls to Colossians, reading himself. No, they was living it out. It was happening while they was living, man.
Well, Paul said, he wasn't saying none of that.
Right. It says, now us today, we have the Old Testament, Apocrypha, and the New, because all those things happened and was written before our time. And it says, like for instance, we can't say specifically how Jacob's trouble, we can't go into the history of what Jacob's trouble was. You see, we can't go into the history of what the prophets and the apostles was doing in Babylon the Great. What was going on in the feet and the toes. Why? Because we living it out. We're going to have the records of it, of what happened now in the kingdom. When we get in the kingdom, after this, then we going to know what specifically happened in Jacob's trouble. Then we going to know how specific Yahushua coming was. We're going to better tell you. You see? But we can't tell you now because we living it. It ain't written yet. It's being written as we go on our day-to-day lives, man. So there's something for us to think about. You see? Again, how you want your story to be remembered. How you want to be remembered. What's your memorial going to be like in the kingdom of heaven? Was you a 2/3? Was you a non-believer? Did you scoff? You see? Did you have wicked deeds or did you believe? Did you, was you one of those great men or women, man? So the decisions we make now are permanent, man. You see? It says, it's all still being written. We haven't reached the ultimate end yet. You don't want to have regrets in the day of Yahushua, and especially not in the kingdom, wish you could go back and change time. For example, we was talking about before the lesson, Ananias and Sapphira, just for example. You see, now what they did, that's written at they have a negative light shined on them. They kept money back from the ministry.
Sure, yeah.
They kept money back.
Demas gave up on Paul, went back into the world. He said Demas loved the prison. He loved that prison way of life during that time. He gave up. Yeah, he gonna remember that. That's gonna be spoken about. When we in the kingdom.
Right. right? You know, think about if they can now. If they knew that, you don't think they would go back and want to change that? Yes, right? But say if they had that understanding now that these things gonna be written for a day memorial, you don't think Ananias and Sapphira would say, "No, we shouldn't do that. It's gonna be written. Let's just give everything." They would have changed it. The point is, if we know that what we're doing now gonna be in the kingdom, the change is now.
Right.
The change is now. It starts now. Why wait and wish you're gonna go back in time where that's not gonna happen? Yahweh ain't gonna come again because you in the kingdom want to change your fuck up, so everything gotta start over.
Yeah, rewind now.
Rewind. No, it starts now, man. That's why we want to, touch on this lesson just to, provoke thought that how do you want to be remembered, man?
Right.
You see?
Right, because the kingdom of heaven, bro, the scripture said we're going to rule forever. Mm-hmm. And the memorial and that remembrance, that's going to be forever. Mm-hmm. They ain't going to ever go away. People are always going to know who you were on this planet Earth.
Right.
During these times.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's going to know about it. So, you should make it count on how you want to be remembered and how you want to be spoken of day by day in the kingdom, because that's eternity.
That's right, bro.
No, all you gotta do is make, basically, because this kingdom is temporary. Mm-hmm. So you just gotta make those decisions now to be remembered forever.
That's right. That's right. And think about it, bro. Even the things you do in private, they Ananias and Sapphira did that in private, but it's written out in the open for everybody to know.
Right.
You see?
Right.
And we just want to hit, and like I said, that was just something the brother was talking about. We put it down for notes just so we can remember, the topic we want to hit on. But we want to go into some of these great men, examples and memorials that great men or women left, man. You see, to teach us or to show us, do we want to follow that example or not? Or do we want to follow the examples of Judas and Ananias and Sapphira or demons, man? You see, Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. You see? Hey, like Moses said, choose ye this day. Choose ye this day how you want to live. Now, of course, it's all up to the Lord, but action follows that, man. You see, you can bring that out.
This is Daniel 12:2. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. Mm-hmm. Right, so some people that come into this truth, right, they're gonna handle their business basically. They're gonna do what the Lord requires them to do. They're gonna prophesy. They're gonna rehearse the righteous acts, mm-hmm. right? But you're gonna have some that come into this thing, and and they just not gonna be feeling it, as other men. Just like he said in Hebrews 4:2, that the things that were heard, that basically wasn't mixed with faith.
Right.
In them. So the one that didn't have the faith, they're gonna fall out. Right? They gonna love this present world just like demons did. Uh-huh. Some gonna betray brothers. Yep. Right, just like Judas did.
Yep.
And they gonna have that shame. Mm-hmm. Right, in the kingdom. They're gonna be like, damn, they gotta be thinking like, bro, I wish I can go back, I wish I could change this and that.
I wish I could change.
Right. And that's all that you're gonna be able to do is wish. Cause that's gonna be stamped forever, mm-hmm. on your name. Mm-hmm. Your kids gonna be talking about that.
Right.
Your kids gonna know, damn, daddy, you gave up on the Lord.
That's fucked up, daddy.
Damn.
God. God, bro. All you want to be elect. You beamed up in the kingdom. You glad you believed on Yahweh Shai. You glad you rehearsed the righteous acts. You see, you glad you gave to the apostles, to the ministry, to the prophets, man, you gonna be glad. But the point is, those deeds start now. Right. You see, you got what you.
I got your Isaiah. This is Isaiah 46:9. It says, "Remember the former things of old, for I am Yahweh, mm-hmm. and there is none else. I am Yahweh, and there is none like me." It says, declaring the end from the beginning.
Right.
And from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure.
Now, why we wanted to get this to show, he declared the end in the beginning. Now, we ain't in the kingdom yet, so telling us what we doing now, that's still being written of. And the Most High ain't forget, like, I forgot America's gonna be here. I forgot, this was gonna be going on. No, whatever we doing now, that's still gonna be in the record books, man. This is the end. This is the end. It's still in the story. So, as we know we're in the story, do we want to have a good name or a bad name in the kingdom? You see? Do we want people to go look at our records and praise us? You see, in the kingdom, it says those men will have fame everywhere. Do you want to be one of those men with fame? Or one of those men just walking around like, wait. Of course, you still gonna be happy, you blessed, but Barakatah Yahweh Hashem Shine the kingdom, but you still gonna have a regret like, fuck, for a little bit, man.
Right, why they gonna do that? Because they gonna see that the things that we receive in the kingdom, they gonna be like, damn, bro, this what was on the line?
Right.
Because you're gonna have levels in the kingdom. They gonna see that the level, the 144,000 they elect, I'm like, damn, man. They're like, bro, if I knew that, then bro, I would have been, I would have been doing what I had to do. I would have never fell. I would have been prophesying.
Great point.
I would have been doing over 3 videos a day.
Facts.
Right.
Hey, that's something for us.
Right.
If we don't know, hey, why not go hard for the Lord, man? You see? There's many men who written for the acts they did. What you gonna be known for, in other words? You see? What is...
Bro.
What you got?
I don't know if you already had it already. Yeah, you already got it. We just wait till it come later, the first Maccabees.
Okay, kind of. Wait, shit, bring it out now. Bring it out now. The Spirit want to know. What you want to be known for? Hey, like what? Right here, what Tobit was known for? His alms, his good deeds, tithes. Stephen was known for being on fire, giving his life for the Lord. The 7 brothers and the Maccabees and their mother.
Right.
You see, not worry about the pain. That's what great people known for that. Daniel in the lion's den, he known for going up in there, man. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, now bowing down to the statue, was willing to be put in the fire. Knew the Most High was going to save them. They known for those great acts, man. You see, and it goes on and on. Start with Yahweh. Look what he did, man. Even women, Judith cutting off the head of Holofernes. You know what I mean? Esther going up to Xerxes without being called. All these things. Hey, Mary Magdalene, we read about her every Passover.
Right.
That's known. They known for great works. Don't you want to be in that company? You see, you got it, bro.
Right. Those things were written for us. And these times, cause we ain't like the verse said, we ain't at the end yet. But those things were written to help us, just like the scripture said, Romans 15:4. The things that were written aforetime were written for our learning. We got examples of those who kept the faith, and stayed faithful to the Lord. We have examples of those who didn't, But this is 1 Maccabees 2:50 says, now therefore, my sons, be ye zealous for the law, and give your lives for the covenant of your fathers. It says, call to remembrance what acts our fathers did in their time, so shall you receive great honor and an everlasting name.
Bro, you got it.
Right. It says, call to remembrance what acts that our fathers did in their time. Now, if he gonna go through the list, right? He went through the list. We ain't gonna go through all of it for the sake of time, but he went through the list of righteous men who handled their business. And this same thing is going to happen in the kingdom.
Right.
Call to remembrance that the acts of the basically 144,000.
What they did in Babylon the Great, or what what brother scattered to the 4 corners. You got
right, because we gonna celebrate the downfall of America in the kingdom.
Yeah.
So we gonna have to talk about it. Hey, look, this man, he did this and that. Look, he did this and that. He stayed faithful to the Lord. He didn't take the chip. He got beheaded for the Lord. Bro. Yeah, but you gonna have people like, cause what the brother said. I think it was in Chicago. He had that dream, and he was like, "Yeah, that's one of them."
Oh yeah, he one of them. Yeah.
How you gonna know that?
How you gonna know that? Cause it's written.
Right.
It's gonna be out of records, man. Yo, that's one of Yahweh Shai men. That's one of the beliefs. It's gonna be like you brought out the point through the Spirit. It's gonna be different levels, man.
Right.
Different levels. You go ahead.
So yeah, when he said, call to remembrance what acts our fathers did in their time, so shall you receive great honor. So basically, look how these men handled their situation. And so you can go off of that. That's for us right now. It says so you can receive honor and an everlasting name, right? Because these accounts happened thousands of years ago,
right?
And we still talking about it, and they still gonna be getting talked about it.
even the other things,
that,
through the Spirit reincarnation,
right? And this could be some of us.
Who knows, bro?
Right?
And again, it don't even have to be the most extreme things like you going in the lion's den, you getting your head cut off. Right. That's gonna be things, but also it's here now. What it said about Moses, he was the most humble and meekest man on earth.
Right.
It mentioned his what? His character, man. Character starts now. Tobit, he known for giving alms and charity. That starts now amongst the brethren.
Hey, and really too, what we about to go through, gonna really top everything a time like no other.
Yeah, no other. So we gonna have to do miracles like no other. Yahweh Shai said, "The works that I do, ye shall do, and greater works than these shall ye do," man. You see?
Right.
Yeah, man.
So there's gonna be some powerful things to remember, and you want your name to be amongst that and good.
Hey, good, bro. Think about it. Who split the sea before Moses like that? He was known for that. Going into the fiery furnace, them three was known for that. You see? Those great acts wasn't going on earth like that. But the men of the Lord and the believers of the Lord did those things, and it's still written for today. Guess what? We gonna do these things today, Lord willing, man. You see?
Right, that was it on that.
Con, you gotta read that one again, though.
Right.
That's heat.
First Maccabees 2, and I started at 51. It says, "Call to remembrance what acts our fathers did in their time, so shall ye receive great honor and an everlasting name."
So shall ye. Just as we read about Jeremiah, just as you read about Joshua, Noah, you see Ezekiel, Daniel, so on and so forth. Guess what? It says, so shall ye, so shall we who read these things, like you said, the things written aforetime, so shall we also receive a great name, man. Real quick, this is Proverbs 22:1. A good name. Huh?
You got it?
No, it says a good, you had it?
Yeah.
You bring it up, bring it up. You got it?
I
You
read
bring
for
it
you.
down. Okay, you bring it down.
Okay, come. This is Proverbs 22:1. It says, "A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches, and love and favor rather than silver and gold." So a good name on how you're gonna be spoken of, right? Your reputation is important than anything else.
Yep.
It says it's more important than riches because, you know, what can money do for you? Right? The scriptures say, Proverbs 11, that, you know, riches profit not in the day of wrath.
That's right.
Right? So basically, on how your reputation is in the heavens, on how your name is, how you've been spoken of, that's gonna get you delivered.
If I can, you can even have all the money, but still be a nigga. You can have all this money, people still don't like you.
Right.
People don't really care for Mayweather because his attitude, man. Look at R. Kelly, you got all this money, now you in jail.
Right.
You see, so a good name is better than all that. A good name could bring you money. A good name could bring you riches, could bring you wealth.
The kingdom, those that had a good name gonna get all of that.
Go get, hey, King Solomon.
Right, right.
You see, come on, man. You was done on that one?
Come on, you got it.
I got a quick one. This is Proverbs 10:7. It says, the memory of the just is blessed. You see, what's written of the just, and we gonna be blessed because of this. Lord willing, we are that number, man. You see, it says, the memory of the just is blessed, but the name of the wicked shall rot. Nobody not gonna remember you. Think about Super Bowls. People remember the winner of the Super Bowls. People don't remember who lost.
Right.
People don't remember the nigga who lost the fight. You know, no, you remember the winner. The winner gonna be remembered, man. The loser, nobody care. You lost.
Right.
We don't have to mention you. Hey, name me one person who was in the race against Usain Bolt when Usain Bolt won.
Shit, bro, you can't even.
Right. Now, of course, we know people.
Right.
You know, Tyson Gay, so on and so forth. But who is the name that was praised? The winner, man. We want to be winners.
Right.
You see, we want to be spoken of in a good light, man. You know?
Yeah, we want to be in the so-called Hall of Fame or the kingdom.
That is.
Because the Hall of Famers down here, they got so much respect. People can go back and they constantly like watching videos of what these men did.
Highlights.
Right, highlights.
YouTube.
Trying to be like them.
Mm-hmm.
We want to be like that because like we were just talking about in the previous scripture, like it said choosing a good name other than riches, because when you don't have money, when money can't deliver you out of tribulation and out of being beheaded and stuff like that, then what? In those times, you don't have money. All that matters is who you are in the spirit.
Ooh, hey, nobody ain't gonna give in Jacob's trouble. Nobody will give a fuck who LeBron James is.
Right.
They probably gonna try to eat that nigga for cannibalism because they hungry. You don't have nothing. You ain't playing basketball no more. You see, nobody gonna care who Mayweather is. Nobody gonna care who these people is. Your money can't do nothing. They struggling just like you. They looking for food. They gonna be looking for food,
right.
Shelter. They not gonna care. But who they gonna come to? 7 women take hold of one man. You feel me?
Yeah.
They gonna be looking for the men who the things are written of, and then come on, man.
Bro, just like you got people flocking to all these celebrities and all these famous people, bro. But in the time of calamity, time of destruction, bro, people gonna be trying to flock to the men of the Lord. Like you said, the seven women should take hold of one man. You gonna have people seeking for answers, seeking for the men of the Lord. Hey, then in that day, then we gonna matter to everybody.
Then we gonna matter to everybody,
we gonna matter.
bro. You know? Yeah, bro. You can get that Proverbs 11, Baba Kashah. You know, now we just want to go into a few examples on what we mean by your acts, your deeds, your
Hebrews 11.
Hebrews 11, the water. You know, we just want to go into a few examples of our forefathers, foremothers, that they acts, they deeds, their faith was written about, man. You see, and these examples for us to think about. Like I said, it don't have to be the most extreme things either. How you treat a brother, how you treat brothers, man. That's going to be written about.
Right.
Hey, Barnabas, it said that man, hey, full of faith. You see, he was written because he had full of faith. You know, Moses, again, he was written because he was humble, man. That's beautiful things. And like I said, this things that was written aforetime and make you check yourself. You see?
It made me think about something he said, like, basically, it ain't really got to be nothing just major. Jonathan, how he was helping David in those situations.
Right.
You know? And soon as he got cool, he said he was taking up all this stuff, giving it to David.
Give it to his brother.
He was saving his life from his father. That's gonna be remembered.
That's gonna be remembered.
Right.
Forever. And that's beautiful, bro. It could be the smallest things to the biggest things. Guess what? It's gonna be written about.
The woman that gave a penny. All she had.
Come on, dog. Come on. Hey, Mary Magdalene, just her taking that oil, put it on, rubbing it on your Hawashai feet.
I think it was two. It says it was 2 pennies or 2 mites. I think that's what
Two mites. Yeah.
Two.
But she gave all she had.
Yeah, right. She gave all she had.
All she had, bro. Hey, Mary, bro. Like we read about her every Passover. Just for her, not just because it's a big deal, but for her pouring oil on your Hawashai and rubbing him down in oil, man. That's written of, but that's a small thing to the world. No, that's written of forever, man. You see? You got it, bro.
Right. So this is Hebrews 11, starting at the top. It says, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." It says, "For by it the elders obtained a good report."
A good report. A good report. When you report something, you man, let's see if this would have got on report real quick, bro. It might have something to further expound on the point.
That's like going to the word respect. When re means back and respect meaning to looking back on what you did in the past, and the man have respect on you.
Come.
Right.
Let me see if we got some. Hebrews 11:2 in the blue letter for good report. Guess what it is? Martyrio, or martyr.
That's what it is.
And this the root word is G3144.
Wow.
It says to give witness, account, a testimony, to utter honorable testimony, to give a good report, telling about your good deeds, man, so the world gonna know. All nations gonna know about what's happening now in Babylon the Great. You see? It says to be a witness, to bear witness, to affirm that one has seen or heard or experienced something, or that he knows it because taught by divine revelation or inspiration. But you know, that's the point of good report, man. You see, when you're reporting on somebody, you telling about that person. So we about to read a few accounts of men who had great faith, men and women, and it's still being reported of to this day. How much more in Jacob's trouble? You see? You got it, bro.
Right. It says, verse 3, "Through faith we understand that the worlds were framed by the words of the Most High, so that things which are seen were not made of things which do appear. By faith Abel offered unto the Most High a more excellent sacrifice than Cain."
By faith, what we doing? Romans 12:1. We offering up those spiritual sacrifices, our bodies, man. That's gonna be written about too, you know?
Right. And it says, by which he obtained witness that he was righteous, the Most High testifying of his gifts, and by it he being dead yet speaketh. He said, by faith Enoch was translated that he should not see death, and was not found because the Most High had translated him. For before his translation, he had this testimony that he pleased the Most High.
What testimony? The same thing we testifying of today. He had the same word that we have. And because of that, he was what? Translated. Because of the same testimony we have, Lord willing, we are the elect. What's going to happen? This how he was translated, beamed up for that testimony. That's the elect will be translated and beamed up, go overcome by the word of the testimony of the Lord, man.
Right. Those that please the Most High. Who ways please the Most High.
Kind, bro. Kind, bro.
It's Hebrews 11:6. It says, but without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is,
Mm-hmm.
and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta actually believe in the Most High, that the Most High will reward you, like the reward that we've been talking about, the kingdom and all those good things, those great things. Because if you don't really believe that, you're not gonna care about how you're gonna be spoken of. You ain't
Right.
worried about that. You worried about now.
Right.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be important to have faith and like, okay, look, decline all of this and deny all of this shit that's going on today, all of the lust and all of this, the wickedness, and just have faith in the Most High. The Most High gonna have you, and provide for you.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that the action that you take it now, that you're gonna be rewarded for that.
Right.
You gotta believe in that.
Storing it up in heaven.
Right.
And like I said, we look out at the things which y'all seeing. We trying to get that glory that's to come.
Right.
I ain't try, we don't care about being written in the record books today, man. And shit, NBA season. LeBron was having a great season. COVID-19 canceled that nigga season. You see, it's done and over with now. Now what? Now what's gonna happen? Who will win the championship now? That could come and go. But this praise, these MVPs, you see this glory, it's gonna go on forever, man.
Right, because LeBron, his good name, all these so-called greats down here, their name is not gonna last forever. When this place goes down, bro, it's a wrap.
Right.
You're not gonna be talked how you talked about on this side, these celebrities. You're not gonna be talked about like that in the kingdom.
Hey,
y'all shot like that boy the shoe.
Hey, your kid, I remember Yasha Wama said, Kobe, kids going up. Well, you Kobe Bryant? Well, you dropped 60, 81 points? No, man, nobody gonna care about that. Matter of fact, we ain't even gonna think about that. You just gonna be well, of course, it's gonna be all love, but you gonna be known for, what you was known for.
It'll be like what you did for the Lord.
What you did for the Lord. That's what it is, bro. Even if you have a great name, bro. Wilt Chamberlain, who really talk about Wilt Chamberlain today? But he was a great, even if your name would come and go, somebody better go over past it. But this glory is gonna be here forever, eternal, man.
Kobe died. Ain't nobody even talking about Kobe no more. But this is verse 7. It says, by faith, Noah being warned of the Most High of things not seen as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house, by the which he condemned the world and became heir of righteousness, which is by faith.
Mm-hmm. Now, it said things he ain't see yet, right? He still moved with fear. What's some things we don't see, but we moving with fear? The Most High told Noah, look, Noah, I'm going to make it rain on earth. It didn't rain at that time. It was a mist came up from the ground. But he told him, look, I'm going to make it rain on earth, and it's going to flood this whole earth. Not a city, not just a street, the whole earth. Noah ain't never seen that, but he still did it. We never seen missiles come down to hit America. We never seen Leviathan. We never seen Jacob's trouble, what's going to happen. We never seen these things. We ain't see the chariot in their actual form yet, but we believe in them. We ain't see Yahweh Shai coming back standing on the chariot, but we believe, and we believe these things gonna happen. Race wars, famine. But guess what? We moving with fear, and that's gonna be written about. These men had faith enough to move with fear, preach this word. In other words, you building that spiritual ark. To build this spiritual ark is gonna be written about. Cause why? Everybody else ain't had that. They didn't have. It's a separation, man.
Right. Just like Noah was remembered, we gonna be remembered.
Mm-hmm. For believing in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai.
Right, because Noah got saved from the first death, and the second death is coming.
Come, bro.
Come,
bro. Yep.
So we want to do the same thing, move with fear from things that we don't see yet. That's called faith.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We can get a little bit more in the Hebrews, a few examples of that,
It says, by faith, Abraham, when he was called to go out to a place which he should after receive for an inheritance, obeyed, and he went out, not knowing whither he went. Hey, that's like somebody just telling you, hey, bro, yeah, come on, bro, come on, I'm gonna give you this and that and go out. You just like, all right, shit,
Mm-hmm.
You don't know nothing. You don't really, you just trusting. You just going out faith.
Right. Yeah.
Right. He told him, I'm gonna give you this land. He said, I'm gonna bless you. I'm gonna multiply your seed as the stars. He told him to leave his father's house. Shit, all right.
You gotta think, bro. They was in the wilderness and shit. They didn't have street lights, corner stores. You could just go ahead and get some gas. You know what I mean, bro? Hey, we had wild animals and shit. He just went through all that to get to where the Most High told him to go. He didn't ask questions. Why? How long?
Walk by faith.
Right. Syria, where to go? He ain't have no GPS. Come on, it was all by faith, man. But these things are written, man.
It says, by faith he sojourned in the land of promise as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise. It says, for he looked for a city which had foundations, whose builder and maker is the Most High. Through faith also Sarah herself received strength to conceive seed, and was delivered of a child when she was past age, because she judged him faithful who had promised.
She believed in the Most High, that he was going to come through on his word, man.
It said, therefore sprang there even of one in him as good as dead, so many as the stars of the sky in the multitude, and as the sand which is by the seashore innumerable. Right, so this is the Abraham. He said that basically it spoke about that in Romans the 4th chapter. That he looked not. Man, I'm just gonna grab it real quick, bro. I don't want to say the wrong.
Hey, but while you getting that, I was thinking of King David, man. It's known for him for being a warrior. His mighty men was all written about in they deeds that they did, man. You see the different acts they did. One of them, snowing, he killed, all these things. Hey, bro, we coming into some beautiful times, some beautiful things. We have the opportunity to be included in some beautiful history, man. Why wouldn't you want to be, man? But again, it starts now. We have to apply faith now. We have to apply humility now. We have to apply charity now. We have to apply great acts now. What's your wow moment? What you want your wow moment to be? Daniel, his wow moment was going in that lion's den. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, their wow moment was being in that furnace. We gonna have different wow moments. You feel me? This what you known for. This what you known for. What's your me and him and y'all who watching, ask yourself how you want to be remembered, because we know it's being written, and what you want your wow moment to be. What's your wow moment? What you bring to the table,
bruh? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, bro. They show great faith, because of putting what Daniel did when he broke down the dream, bro. He got him and them set up in the province, bro, Babylon. So, bro, the decree went out that they should worship the image, right? And they declined it. Like, man, look, our power is gonna deliver us from that, bro. We not worshiping shit. But they had that great status though. They didn't let that get in the way.
Right.
They like, fuck it, cause you got some people that be like, man, shit, I'm making all this money, I'm on top.
Yeah.
They said, fuck it. And they never, bro, a fiery furnace, bro.
Yeah.
See, I'm finna burn y'all niggas up.
Then he said, make it 7 times hotter than it ever been. Come on, man, that's great faith. These things are, hey, man, it starts now. We ain't gonna better get in the kingdom, go back and rewrite history. The history is being written as we live in it. Make it count. Make it count, man. Make it count. You see? Come on, man. You gotta go.
This is what I was talking about Abraham. This Romans 4:19 says, and being not weak in faith, he considered not his own body now being dead when he was about 100 years old, neither yet the deadness of Sarah's womb. Yeah, because Abraham, he was up in age. He's like, man, I can't have no. You got people, that's up in age. Like, bro, I can't have no kids, bro.
Right.
So that's he said he wasn't thinking about that, right? He wasn't thinking about how old they was. The Most High said, look, you're gonna have kids. I'm gonna make your kids as the stars of heaven, the stars of a multitude, right? He said, shit, I'm gonna believe in that.
Right.
It said against hope, he believed in hope.
Against something that was impossible, he still believed in the impossible, man.
Right.
And you can hop down to that 24. Hebrews 11:24. Going to the point you just said, bro. It's gonna be written about that we gave our lives up, man, for a better cause, and we can't say it's far-fetched. It's written about that Moses did that, man.
As Hebrews 11:24, it says, by faith Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of the Most High, than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season.
Now Moses was the son of Pharaoh's daughter, the king in Egypt, the top man. Moses was living. Moses had it. He had a great life. But he said, hold on, I'd rather put away these goods, and I want to suffer with my people to enjoy a pleasure of sin for a season. Because what you was doing in Egypt, It's just pleasures of sin, pleasures of wickedness, man. Just like today, you see, if you in Jacob's trouble, you want to take that chip, you can enjoy buying and selling pleasures of sin for a season. You might get the chip, a week later, your house shall come back. You know, now you asked out. But no, Moses rather go through the hell with his people, the elect of the Most High at that time, you know, well, all Israel, but just like we rather go through it with the elect, man, because why? We know the reward will be that much more greater than what we could ever receive on this side, man.
That's great faith too. You on the top. You on top of everything. You got all the gold on and shit. You know, you just chilling. You know, Pharaoh's daughter's son, and the Israelites. You know, we were on the bottom. We were slaves.
Right.
And they were like, man, shoot, I'm gonna suffer for my people.
Straight up. He's gonna tell you why he wanted to do that.
It says, esteeming the reproach of Yahushua greater riches than the treasures of Egypt.
Right. But Yahushua got the offer. With the Most High, Yahushua got the offer, the kingdom. Hey, he knew that was greater riches, man. Riches that wouldn't go fade away. You know what I mean?
It says, for he had respect unto the recompense of the reward. So he was thinking about that. The Most High, hey, he gonna take care of me.
Right.
Hey, that's who I'm going with, because the Most High appeared unto him and told him all these things, what he gonna do, this and that. Hey, that's what I'm going with right there.
Right. And it's not small things we reading about. Remember that, man. This man gave up his life, not really knowing what to expect. Abraham, he left, not knowing what to expect. Bro, how we giving up our lives? Some brothers and sisters gave up jobs, gave up their family. You see, gave up living a certain life. You might have had a status. That's gonna be written up in the kingdom that you gave that up for this word, man. And you gonna be glad you did. Instead of, like we brought out earlier, Daniel 12, some go, hey, be raised up to everlasting life, happiness and joy, man. Some everlasting shame go, wish they would have gave it up, man. You see?
It says, by faith he forsook Egypt, not fearing the wrath of the king, for he endured as seeing him who is invisible. So who is the king today? Who is that Pharaoh today? The new Pharaoh, Esau, Edom. Right, so we supposed to do the same thing, right? Forsaking this place, not fearing Esau, not fearing what he can do to our mortal bodies, because this flesh is gonna go anyway.
Right.
And once, like let's say you one of those that get put to death, you coming right back on the chariot with Yahushua, and Esau ain't gonna be able to do shit to you. You know, after that, you're gonna have the power through the spirit of Yahushua. You're gonna be in power. You're gonna be able to torture Esau.
That's right. Yep.
That's something to die for.
I wouldn't be surprised if 7 brothers and their mother, the Most High, let them get their lick back off Antiochus. Right. You know what I mean? But I got a quick precept. Because even before you go into 2nd Ezra 7, it was another man that was written about. I mean, 2nd Maccabees, Salaki, 2nd Maccabees 7, there was another man that was written about for what he did. Man, he rather choose death. But watch what it say, what was going to happen because of what he did, man. It's still written for us today. This is, now it's talking about Eleazar, right? Now, he was a man up in age. You see, I'm going to read a little bit of it. It says, 2nd Maccabees 6 and 18, it says, Eleazar, one of the principal scribes, an aged man, of a well-favored countenance, was straitened to open his mouth and to eat swine's flesh. You remember at this time, the Greeks was forcing our people to eat pig, man. But our people was rather than to die than eat pig. You see? It says, but he choosing rather to die gloriously than to live stained with such an abomination. Spit it forth and came of his own accord to torment. He was like, I ain't eating. He spit it out. He walked to his death, man. He walked to it. You don't think this is going to be written off? Well, it's written of, you know. It says, and it behooved them to come that are resolute to stand out against such things as are not lawful for love of life to be tasted. It says, but they that had the charge of the wicked feast for the old acquaintances, so this was his old partners, right? Some of his old homeboys. Watch what they say. It says, they had with the man taking him aside, so they put him to the side like, look, bro. This is what they said. Besought him to bring flesh of his own provision, such as was lawful for him to use, and make it as if he had eaten the flesh taken from the sacrifice commanded by the king. So they're like, hey, look, man, you can go get some chicken, some turkey. You can go get some lawful food. Just make it look like you eating pork. Just say it's pork. But it could be turkey, you know. whatever you want it to be, chicken, quail, but we just gonna say it's pork, all right? So you can look like you're doing it, but watch what he say, man. That in so doing, he might be delivered from death, and for the old friendship with them find favor. But he began to consider discreetly as his age became, and excellency of his ancient years, and the honor of his gray hair, whereunto he was come, and his most honest education from a child, or rather the holy law made and given by the Most High. Therefore he answered accordingly, and willed them straightways to send him to the grave. He like, I'm not about to fake it. Just kill me. It says, for it becometh not our age, saith he, in any wise to dissemble, whereby many young persons might think that Eleazar, being 80 years old and 10, were now going to a strange religion. So he's like, I'm not going to fake it, because these younger men who follow me, look up to me, they go think I ate the pork. So they gonna feel like, damn, one of the elders ate the pork, we can eat the pork too. Right. He's like, I'm not about to leave that memorial, bro. Right. You see, I'm not about to do that shit. I ain't about to do it, and I'm not about to fake it like I'm doing it, man. And it says, and so they through mind hypocrisy and desire to live a little time, like I said about Moses, enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. Little time and a moment longer shall be deceived by me, and I get stained in my own age and make it abominable. It says, for though for the present time I shall be delivered from the punishment of men, yet should I not escape the hand of the Almighty, neither alive or dead. Right. Yeah, I might eat the pork and Antiochus let me still live, but the Most High gonna deal with me because I ate this pork. The same thing you might say with Esau. Okay, I'm gonna get the vaccine, I'm gonna get the chip, so Esau don't kill me. But then now you gotta deal with the Most High.
You gotta worry about something greater.
You gotta get the missiles. Come on. You see? So we rather feel what the Most High do than what man could do. But watch, the whole point of this, what I want to get, watch what it say at the end of this man. Wherefore now manfully, changing his life, I show myself such as one in my age require, and leave a notable example. Right now we praying to leave notable examples for the kingdom, man. You see? What it took to get to the kingdom. You know what I mean? And it says, an example to such as be young to die willingly and courageously for the honorable and holy laws. And when he had said these words, immediately he went to torment. And watch what it say. But when he was ready to die with stripes, he groaned and said, it is manifest unto the Lord that have the holy knowledge, that whereas I might have been delivered from death, I now endure sore pains in my body by being beaten, but in soul I am well content to suffer these things, but I fear not. It's gonna hurt in the flesh, but your soul, will receive that reward. But that's the point. And thus this man died, leaving his death for an example of notable courage and a memorial of virtue, not only to young men, but to all his nation. Come on, that man written of not for us to read. How much more of the things we do right now in Babylon the Great, in Jacob's trouble, in a time like never before. How much more of these things in the kingdom, man?
Right. It says it's written to all his nations, bro.
No, go ahead. I'm reading it again for you. You got it. It says, and thus this man died, leaving his death for an example of a notable courage and a memorial of virtue, memorial of virtue, not only unto young men, but unto all his nation.
Right, it's gonna be the same thing for us in our kingdom. Because when we come back, the thing that we did is gonna be remembered from our whole nation, and they say that the Israelites are as the sand of the sea. So this it's gonna be a lot of people talking about whatever's going on now. It's like we talking about all these acts, we can go back and read up on all of this. When your man come up, they can go check and see, all right, what this man did. Damn,
he was like that.
He did that.
God damn, he was a kid, a youth, and went fought Goliath, a giant.
Right.
Come on, bro. But it all, we was reading Hebrews, it all takes faith and actions, man. Faith without works is dead. Hey, what it say in Hebrews, we can go on forever. Barak and we can go. Right. Hey, you can bring it out real quick, and I'm gonna get that Sirach 44.
It says,
because it's many examples. We want to be included in these great records, man.
Hebrews 11:32, it says, and what shall I say? What shall I more say? For the time will fail me.
But we can go all day long. We're already on 45 minutes of the lesson. We can go all day.
It says, for the time will fail me to tell of Gideon, and of Barak, and of Samson, and of Jephthah, of David also, and Samuel, and of the prophets. Like, bro, we gonna be all day talking about the Hebrews 11 would have been longer than this if he would have kept going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had to cut it short. It's like we gotta cut it short.
Right.
You know what I mean? Through the Spirit. You know, I got this for you. That's Sirach 44. Cause hey, the things we doing, we about to prove it's gonna be written up. It's gonna be just how we had the records now. The things we doing is gonna be written, man, and we gonna have those records in the kingdom. We have the Old Testament, right? They lived it. We have it. We have the Apocrypha. They lived it. We have it. We have it. We have the Old Testament. I mean, New Testament. They lived it. We have the records. Guess what? We in Babylon the Great right now. We living it in the kingdom. We gonna have it, man. In the kingdom, we gonna have it. In the kingdom, we have old Apocrypha, new, and the books we don't even have, bro. But real quick to prove that point, Sirach 44:1. Let us now praise famous men and our fathers that begot us. So we about to go into some great men that their name was praised. Now we ain't gonna go through everyone. We just want to get the point that shows, you know, what these men did and how we have their records now, and the records we don't have, we're gonna have them in the kingdom. But when you read this, I'm gonna read a little bit. It says the praise of certain holy men: Enoch, Noah, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and it's the headers that I'm reading. It says the praise of Moses, of Aaron, of Phineas. It says the praise of Joshua, Caleb, Samuel. The praise of Nathan, David, Solomon in his glory. It says the praise of Elias, Elezus, which is Elijah and Elisha, Ezekiel. It says the praise of Josiah, of David, and Ezekiel, of Jeremiah, of Ezekiel, Zerubbabel, Yahushua, the son of Josedek, of Nehemiah, Enoch, Seth, Shem, and Adam. You see, it keeps going on and on. So guess what? The things we doing, those praise, we pray to be those men chosen from the foundations of the world. These things gonna be written. We gonna get our praise. What it say? It's Zechariah, praise and fame, and
every land.
Can you if you know where it's at? Sure. Things like Zechariah.
I was just going over that the other day too, bro.
God, cause hey, the things we doing, we will get praise and fame, man. After Yahushua get his first. He got to come back and get his. Then through him, we gonna get our praise and fame. You see? I think it's like.
Let me see.
Is it Zechariah or Zephaniah?
Yeah, let me check Zephaniah real quick.
Kind of Zephaniah 3 and 20.
It's Zephaniah 3:20 said, at that time I will bring you again, even in the time that I gather you.
This talking about when we get saved, right?
It says, for I will make you a name and a praise among all people of the earth. When I turn back your captivity before your eyes, said Yahweh.
Mm-hmm. No, I think it was praise and fame in every nation where you have been put to shame.
Yeah, I think that's another chapter.
No, it's 19, so like it was
19
before that.
Okay.
Kind.
Zephaniah 3:19 said, behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halted, and gather her that were driven out, and will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame.
Because they gonna have the records to go read about these men. Everybody gonna know that the men who trusted in Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, men and women, they gonna have that status. You see? You know? But going back to this, it's Sirach 44, and we get into
if I add too, like even the dudes that you know that fall out this thing, they gonna be shamed. They gonna be looking like damn, but shit, they even gonna have praise amongst the heathen, cause Israel as a whole, because we've been put to shame in all these lands, and they still gonna get their praise too for being Israel. For being Yashar Allah. You know, but they ain't gonna be on the level of the other men that actually, you know, died for this thing or just did whatever they had to do for the Lord. Yeah. You know? Yep. But they gonna get their praise though. Mm-hmm. You got it, bro.
Done. Sirach 44:1. Let us now praise famous men and our fathers that begot us. 8441. It says, the Lord have wrought great glory by them through his great power from the beginning. Such as did bear rule in their kingdoms, men renowned for their power, giving counsel by their understanding and declaring prophecies. Telling you, talk about the prophets. The spirit of prophets are subject to the prophets, man. You see? So these great men are known for these things, man. You know? It says, leaders of the people by their counsels and by their knowledge of learning meet for the people, wise and eloquent in their instructions. such as found out musical tunes and rejected verses in writing. Right now, musical tune got this new song, man. It says, rich men furnished with ability, living peaceably in their habitations. All these were honored in their generations and were the glory of their times. Come on, how much more in the kingdom? You don't think they would be the glory of their times if they was the glory of their times on earth? They said Daniel shit, he was Joseph, second in command in Egypt. Daniel raised above all the great men. You see, if we was the glory of our times in captivity, how much more when we rule, man? You see?
Is all you had?
Now I got a little bit more. What you got?
No, I'm probably just grab it after you finish.
And it says, all these were honored in their generations and were the glory of their times. Watch this. There be of them, of the prophets, right? There be of them that have left a name behind, that their praises might be reported. Elijah, we see he called fire down from heaven. Moses, we see Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Daniel, Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Malachi, so on and so forth. These men have a name behind. We know the great works they did. You see? We know this is written for us, the records here today. But watch what it say. It says
John the Baptist.
John the Baptist. You gotta say that one. You gotta say that one, man. Hey, shit. Peter, Paul. You know what I mean? It says there be of them that have left a name behind them, that their praises might be reported. And when we read the scriptures, we report them in praise. And it says, and some there be, some prophets, which have no memorial. Some prophets who, we don't have the book of Noah. Yeah, it mentioned what he was doing, but it don't mention how it was really going down. You see? Where Nathan? Nathan the prophet. You see? What happened to them 100 prophets who Obadiah hid in the cave? Where they book said? You see, who the one who tied up Paul in Acts?
I think his name, bro, I ain't
Where his book at? What about the company of prophets that went down to Jerusalem in Acts? What they book said? The point is, it got some prophets who they records ain't written of, man. You see? It was many prophets we don't have, man. You know? Elisha, where Elisha book at? You know? It says, and some there be which have no memorial, who are perished as though they had never been. Right, some prophets we don't even know of, man. There's 144,000. It should be 144,000 books, but they not in here telling you everything. Every account we don't have right now. In the kingdom we gonna have that, and these next few verses gonna prove it. And some there be which have no memorial, who are perished as though they had never been, and are become as though they had never been born, and their children after them. But these were merciful men, whose righteousness have not been forgotten. Now, if it haven't been forgotten, now we don't know about it, so it's like we forgot it. When it's talking about the kingdom, it's gonna be reported again, because we're gonna have everything, man. We can't tell you specifically what Noah was talking about for 120 some years. But in the kingdom, we gonna be reminded of that, man. It says, but these were merciful men whose righteousness have not been forgotten. With their seed shall continually remain a good inheritance, and their children are with the covenant. Their seed stands fast, and their children for their sakes. Their seed shall remain forever, and their glory shall not be blotted out. It's gonna be in the kingdom with what we doing, what we did then, and what we doing now, man. It says their bodies are buried in peace, but their name live forevermore. The people will tell of their wisdom, and the congregation will show forth their praise in the kingdom, man. You see, all these great men, the prophets, the believers, they're gonna have great praise in the kingdom behind Yahushua, man.
Right. And you got Yahushua, that's the greatest example.
Greatest.
The greatest example. This is 2nd Ezra 2 and 46. 45. We ended with this. If you ain't got the behind us.
Well, you can grab. I'll read it real quick. I'll just read it real quick, bros. Sirach 46 and 11. And concerning the judges, everyone by name, whose heart went not a whoring, nor departed from Yahweh, let their memory be blessed. You see? Let those men memory be blessed. We trying to have our memory blessed, man. We not trying to be looked at in the light with Judas and Woodall Carpenter or whatever, who Apostle Paul. We said Demas.
Right.
You know, all the ones who forsook the word. We don't want to be with them. We want our memory to be blessed, man. So think about it. How you want to be remembered. We have to do what we have to do now, man. You see? You got it, bro. You can take us out too.
This is 2nd Ezra 2 and 45. 44. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of the Most High. Now are they crowned and receiving palms. Then said I unto the angel, What young person is it that crowneth them, and giveth them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of the Most High, Yahushua, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. So they got commended for standing stiffly for the name of the Lord. Shit, Ezra, you know, he probably was hyped.
Right.
You know, screaming and shit, you know.
Not even knowing he was in that bunch.
Yeah. Bro, this is what the whole nation is gonna do for the men of the Lord, bro. Mm-hmm. They gonna commend them like, hey, shit, you know, hey, y'all brothers did y'all thing.
Yeah, bro. Man, y'all ain't care about Esau and that shit, bro. Y'all ain't take that chip, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Hey, Barakatah Yahweh, man. Barakatah Yahweh Shai, man.
Con.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's gonna be beautiful, bro. Hey, but that's pretty much the lesson, you know, man. Hey, me and the brother was talking. Just want to provoke some thought, man, to understand. In the kingdom, what's going on now is gonna be written, so we have the opportunity to, instead of, you know, I say rewrite history. No, we writing history. It's being written. In the kingdom, you can't go back and change it. No, make the change now, man. Start with myself first and foremost, man. And I'm sure that brother feel the same. You see? But the change starts now. But Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. We want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Chakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And peace and blessings to all you out there pushing His word with truth and sincerity. With that, Shalom.
Shalom.